Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to part two or episode two of my series going through the Fangoria magazine, volume one issues, which were from 1979 until 2016 and produced 344 issues, printed issues. So, number one is posted. So, we're going to go through part two. So, basically, I'm going to do a brief overview, not get into too much detail with each issue, and we'll see how it goes. We'll start off here with Prophecy Mutant Movie Magic. That was a cool movie. And the film strip, the classic film strip, features all the featured articles. So we got Fantastic Art, Carl Lundgren. We have The Making of Phantasm, probably an interview, and War of the Worlds, and Dracula, Nosferatu, and more. So this was produced in October of 1979. Originally, it was supposed to be it debuted in August of 79, but apparently there was some kind of issue with rights, with the naming rights, and it delayed it by a couple months. So I think they referred to it here. So we'll go over that. So here's the first of all the just some advertising here. Star Trek collector's art and the index here, all the different articles and so forth. Okay, so we have Bob Martin, the editor here, which, they mention here before the release of Fangoria No. 1, chain of events far beyond our control and so horrible as to be unfit for public description caused me to extend delay in publication. So, yeah, there was an issue there. Um, okay, yeah, so it was supposed to be called Fantastica, and then they changed it to Fangoria, and I guess they had to do some legal in order to get that to officially go through. So that caused a delay in the release of this issue, which is pretty interesting. So we got the advertising over here. Monster Madness become a professional makeup artist, and yeah, this was a focus at least in the early issues. Post Ozone, always fun. See if we can pick out something here. Alien missing something. I would like to know if Alien is being shown intact in the U.S. Apparently, the version in Canada is without the scene where crewman Ripley stumbles across the alien's nest and finds the living remains of her crewmates. Um, Interesting. I didn't even notice that. Scene's absence. Executive informed that the scene, though filmed, was deleted because it interfered with the pace of Alien's other closing scenes. So that's interesting there. Some more advertising over here for Cinemagic and again Fangoria as well. So we get into our first feature interview, Phantasm interview with director, writer, cinematographer Don Coscarelli. So these are pretty cool that they featured the interviews with full color here. Meet the monster, Angus Grimm, the tall man. So that's interesting as well. The humanoid. American International Pictures currently negotiating for the U.S. release of the newest Italian space opera. Interesting, with Richard Keel from Jaws featured here with Roger Moore, and he's in the movie as well. Interesting. Another article: Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Two Faces of Fright. So it talks about the filming of the 1932 classic. Interesting. Some pictures from the film here. Dracula Forever, the best Dracula film ever, thanks to a solid array of talent. Yeah, so there was a version with Laurence Olivier, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that. Nosferatu arrives back after a 50-year absence. Moviedom's original vampire sinks his teeth into a Technicolor role. So that's really cool. So just some different pics in that. That's pretty cool. With Klaus Kinski, really cool movie, awesome movie actually. And some more merch here. For $5.95, you can have a Starlog T-shirt. It's pretty cool. Another interview, another article. Richard Matheson, Master of Fantasy, Part One. The films of Richard Matheson. So I guess they go over his career, which is really cool. Doctor Who's Rogues Gallery, a who's who of intergalactic television terror. Oh, that's pretty cool. It features all the bad guys basically. the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Ice Warriors. Really, really cool. And this is, I guess, it was a picture, poster rather, but it's stapled, so we can't unfortunately view that. Oh, really neat. Yeah, that's the back part of that. And the Forgotten Frankenstein. Before Karloff ever donned the nuts and bolts, Universal Pictures signed the resident vampire Bela Lugosi for the role. Test footage was shot and lost under mysterious circumstances. That's really neat. I didn't know that. I have to sort of read that and find out what happened there. That's very interesting. The movie soundtrack records here from Starlog Records. That's pretty cool. Robert Bloch, Psycho's author, tells how he creates tales of horror. That's a pretty interesting. The author of Psycho. It goes on a pretty long article there, and then we get into the feature article on that was on the cover there about Prophecy, New Breed of Monsters, and Phantasm continued here from the earlier article, and the Richard Matheson article as well. And then it talks about the next issue. Matheson discusses scripts for television, including the works of Rod Serling, The Twilight Zone, and Duel. Oh, interesting. Mars Attacks the World, behind the scenes of George Powell's 1953 sci-fi classic, The War of the Worlds. Okay, so that was the other feature article here with some color pictures here, really neat. And of course, the other feature that was on the film strip here, Carl Lundgren's Creator of Fantasy. So this is his art here, which is really neat, and in color too, which makes it even better. Monster Vision, up to the minute warnings of what's coming your way. So this was a cool thing that I mentioned in the first episode. Basically, talks about the upcoming programs and movies and things like that too, which is really neat. And then it also features books as well, some classified ads, which is old school. And then the finishing off of the War of the Worlds article, some more advertising. And next issue, the bizarre horror films of Canadian filmmaker David Cronenberg in Fangoria 3. Rabbit Shivers, The Brood, the newest one at that time, starring Oliver Reed, Samantha Egger. Next issue will continue in-depth coverage of the career of Richard Matheson. We just talked about that earlier. Episode guide to Matheson's TV series Kolchak, The Night Stalker. Really good show, actually. On sale October 16th of 1979. So we'll see if the other one was released on time. And then Starlog photo guidebooks, pretty neat. And then the back cover here. And you would cut out, basically ruin the magazine in order to subscribe for it. But so that's it, guys. That's issue number 2. Just a brief look over these, and it's a chance to go back and take a look at the magazine for those who were collectors of it. I was a collector later on in the run, but I managed to get all of them. So join me for part 3, episode 3, and we'll look at the next issue. Okay, guys, take care.